In the 1992 World Cup, Pakistan were down and out. If it hadn't been for a rained-out match against England, they would all hope of getting to the semi-finals would have been gone. And they'd reached the point of no return when they got to Perth to play against Australia. And I'll never forget their captain, Imran Khan, who I thought was a terrific leader. Imran said to Wasim Akram, his most important bowler, he said, "I want you to stop worrying about no balls and wides. I want you to just run up and bowl fast and take wickets." And he said that to him before they went out. He then came out to make the toss against Australia he had the Pakistan trousers on, but he had a t-shirt, a black t-shirt with this magnificent photo of a tiger on the chest. And I remember asking him at the toss, what's with the t-shirt with the tiger? And he said, "I've asked my team today to play like cornered tigers." And they did. They won that match against Australia. And to me, that was the real turning point for Pakistan in the match. But to me, it was the leadership of Imran Khan at the point where Pakistan were down and out. And it takes a great leader to pick his team up from that point. Imran Khan did that, and it contributed greatly to Pakistan winning that final.
Oh, it's not an ally.
How does it help in terms of the future stability of Pakistan for you to tell the Americans that you want to see them completely out of your country in terms of intelligence cooperation, in terms of their anti-terror activities in Pakistan? You want to cut all ties, and you believe that will lead to greater stability, when the Americans are alleging right now that the ISI, the Pakistani intelligence agency, is actively helping the Haqqani network and other militants do their deeds inside Afghanistan?
First of all, if this myth being spun that 4,000 or 5,000 Haqqani Taliban is the reason why the US is not succeeding in Afghanistan. 140,000 US soldiers in Afghanistan, greatest military machine in history, is not succeeding because of these 4,000 or 5,000 fighters that are supposed to be holed up in North Waziristan. Does that make sense?
David Cameron of last year, consistently the Pakistani has looked both ways, he said, on the issue of terrorism.
God, if I was the Prime Minister of Pakistan, I would have immediately told them that, look, we will fight this war our own way. We don't want any interference. We don't want your money. We don't want your aid. Look, it doesn't mean cutting the relationship with the Americans. It means we will fight
our own way.
Frankly,
it does, because it takes two, and if you had your way, the Americans would cut their relationship with Pakistan. It's quite clear, and that would involve billions of dollars of aid at a time when Pakistan, goodness knows, has every reason to need that aid.
Pakistan has lost $70 billion, the people of Pakistan, in this war. This was published by our own, this current government has published in the economic survey. Total aid is $220 billion. This aid is destroying us. Look, I would tell the Americans that what do they want from Pakistan? There should be no terrorism from our soil. That's all they should want. We'll do it our way. If I am perceived as a puppet of the Americans, it takes away my credibility and ability to
15 years ago, when I started politics in Pakistan, it was my party that brought corruption as an agenda. Otherwise, no one talked about corruption because the two main parties were headed by the most corrupt politicians. So they would not talk about corruption, and so we brought this as a national issue, and so we call ourselves Movement for Justice. In other words, through justice and rule of law, you eradicate corruption. First, what happened was that corruption was stopping the country moving ahead. When I came into politics 15 years ago, today, corruption is destroying the country. For the first time, people feel that their survival is at stake. People feel that the country is a failed state. If we don't do something, the future of our children is bleak. And especially since Asif Zardari became the president, corruption just broke all records. And because of corruption, unemployment, mismanagement, cronyism, inflation. There's a fear that will we survive as a country, and that's why suddenly when people looked around, ours is the only party that is considered clean.